up, YouTube? Topaz Yates back for another EP review, and this one is to that Wiz Khalifa Kush and Orange Juice, the 7-year anniversary EP. And wow, it's been that long, hasn't it? But ultimately, I'm giving this one the green light because Wiz Khalifa is doing exactly what I tell people you should be doing with your material, because this EP is only 3 songs long, man. And ultimately what he's doing is he's sticking to his strengths and delivering quality music while doing that, to the point that it's so dope it makes you want to get more from Wiz Khalifa. Instead of him trying to fill out an EP with songs that honestly wasn't going to be on the same level as these 3 tracks. And when you do that, you dilute the potency of the project that you're putting out there. But yet with this one, with it being so minimal, you got people demanding more from it, man. Like, I actually want to hear much more from Wiz along these lines, as this project ultimately stays true to the original, man, where he got Cardo doing all of the beats on this one. He didn't do all of the beats on the original, but he was a part of it, and he got that heavy weed stoner sound to it as well. But let's go ahead and break down these songs, starting with Coachella. For those of you who don't know what Coachella is, and you all should kind of know, it's a music festival that happens out there in California. I believe they be holding it in the desert and all of that, dude, where Wiz is ultimately just referencing this while he's ultimately talking about the same things that he's going to be talking about through all of these songs, where it's smoking weed, living the lifestyle that he leads, man. But yet he did drop some key knowledge in here that I definitely wanted to touch on, when he's talking about his son and how he wants to teach him to be a boss. Pretty much, if you ain't got the money, then don't spend the money. You always want to make more deposits than withdrawals, and that's something real, man, and that's something that a lot of us got to understand out here, because I understand these chicks out here, they want to deal with dudes who are so quote-unquote ballers and all of that, have a lot of money and all of this stuff, man. But yet, in the end, if you can't do that, then you shouldn't pretend to do that, because if you pretend to do it, you set yourself so far back that you may never get up out of it, when you need to be using that money and that time to get up on your grind in order to reach that level. And trust me, there will be plenty of women that'll try to deal with you from where you at. That next song, Get It On Your Own, was a dope song as well, man. With this song, he's ultimately alluding to in the hook, telling people that you need to get out here, get on your grind, get on your hustle and all of that. And I enjoyed that, but yet the thing that's really annoying about it and this entire project is that his lyrics really don't play off of none of these concepts or anything. He's really just talking about the same old thing, on how he's smoking weed and he's enjoying the lifestyle and all of that. And that's something that you should somewhat expect from Wiz Khalifa at this point of his career, but yet ultimately this was somewhat of a slam dunk. He could have honestly said something on that level, man, but yet it doesn't really matter, because I still feel as though that song came together really well, even though there's lack of any lyricism on it. And the last song, Lost Files, happens to be my least favorite of all of these tracks, which this is a sample that he got from the Whispers, and a lot of people aren't picking up on what that sample is actually saying. It's ultimately saying that it's lost and turned out. And Wiz is applying that to the high on the weed that he's on at the time. And that's ultimately this entire project, man. It's really good rider music that'll take you back to those Kush and OJ days, where I feel as though Wiz was at his very best. This project is so brief that I'm not going to give it an actual score, man, but I will say this is one you must go out there and download, dude. But a quick recap here, man. The positives that I'm taking from this is that this is like Kush and OJ level material right here, dude. The negatives is the lyricism. Really, he really doesn't have much about it at all. But in the end, he's not known for being a lyricist, and he's delivering some quality songs here. But this concludes today's review, man. And now we're going to jump to a brief instrumental from underground producer DJ Cat before we jump into the news, and then jump to an article from downloadpass.com. So did you guys see that Jay Prince is filing another lawsuit over Drake to Cash Money, man? Talking about $10 million worth of profits that did not come over to them. And we can all imagine this to be true, because this is the MO of Baby and such, man. Pretty much saying that the contract state that 1/3 of the profits of Drake's albums are supposed to go to them. And quite honestly, when has Baby ever paid anybody? I'm going to follow this case as much as I can over the coming months and such. But anyway, on to today's article from downloadpass.com. And today's article is about telling all of your business, because this is something you should should never do. And for a guy like me who does multiple shows a day, you can somewhat see that it's kind of difficult to do such, but not really, because how many people actually saw a bunch of these shows that I've debuted this year coming? The maximum that I tell people, man, is yo, I got something coming that I think you're gonna like. I never give you the date in which that joint is coming. I never tell you specifically what it is, because you never know when it falls apart, because there has been a bunch of shows that I have been trying to put out, man, that ultimately fell apart because I was dealing with other people and other factors. The reason why you never want to tell people your business, because one, people will take your business and try to run with it, especially with the music industry. If you tell people your ideas, they'll try to steal your ideas. And two, you may make yourself rather predictable to the point that people can capitalize off of you and use you as a pawn in their own chess game. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there, and you can go to downloadpads.com, that's down there, to read today's article.